To keep you up to date, Hype has recently taken legal action against several viral YouTubers for spreading harmful content about their artists. It's been reported that the company has initiated lawsuits against 4 major YouTube channels that have been posting negative videos about their artists. In particular, they've been targeting LE SSERAFIM and KOOKIELIT over controversies like live singing and alleged plagiarism. Additionally, a channel which discussed the alleged connections between Hype and the Dawn World cult has also faced legal action. Hype is also taking steps in the United States to identify a channel that spread false information about NewJeans by requesting a court order for the owner's personal information. Of course, fans were happy that they finally started taking action against the people that have been wrongfully harassing the artist for months on end now, especially since this harassment included threats and disturbingly aggressive comments. The netizens who made these comments have felt very comfortable to do so, which is unacceptable. But the lawsuits are not going very smoothly as the US court rejected Source Music's request. Source Music took legal action against channels like IssueFeed and Short Chajong for malicious content that was published in relation to LE SSERAFIM. IssueFeed was basically known as the second Soljong and used to post a lot of short videos targeting groups like KOOKIELIT, LE SSERAFIM, aespa, and Idol, among many others. On May 31st, Source Music asked a US court for help with identifying the people behind these channels because they wanted to access data through Google, but their request was denied on June 5th. The court believed that the Korean judicial system was capable of handling the case, but this doesn't mean that the report didn't hold any weight. On June 10th, IssueFeed deactivated their channel, while Short Chajong posted a long apology a day later and privated and took down videos that were considered problematic. Since these two channels were known for being malicious towards idols, people were happy that finally a company did something to stop them from harming their reputation any further. Now we only need to wait and see how this situation unfolds in court. Despite the bad blood between the two companies though, NewJeans and LE SSERAFIM have still remained friends. The feud heavily involved both groups as NewJeans, the only artist under a door, had their debut postponed, allegedly because of LE SSERAFIM. However, on June 14th, after NewJeans' performance of Bubblegum on Music Bank, the group had a special interview with MCs Euntae and Moon Sang-min. The interview in itself was very cute, but what was a lot cuter was the interactions between the NewJeans members and Euntae. They gathered together and smiled and giggled together before they walked away. They also had a cute interaction about a month ago despite the ongoing feud, which only fueled netizens' anger at the companies. They were mostly upset that the groups were dragged into this conflict as it created a false impression of animosity and bad blood between them. In reality, the members are good friends caught up in a mess caused by the adults, which only makes the situation a lot sadder. A BTS fan has filed an official complaint to the police after another fan tried to kiss Jin. Following his enlistment, Jin organized a hugging event just for his fans on June 13th to show his gratitude to the fans who supported him during his enlistment. However, things took an unexpected turn when 2 fans tried to kiss him instead. A video of the incident went viral, showing Jin looking uneasy after the whole thing and turning his head, so the fan ended up kissing his neck. Since the encounter was seen by thousands of people and was even caught on camera, it prompted one fan to report it to the police. The fan wrote, "I saw reports that Jin was harassed at a hug event with 1,000 fans. This made me so upset as someone who is a fan of BTS's music. I am requesting that those who harassed Jin be fully investigated." Then, a day later on June 14th, the Songpa Police Department in Seoul confirmed that they received a report concerning the behavior of the 2 fans. They publicly stated that they're now reviewing whether this warrants further investigation. Fans also expressed anger at Hybe for not taking action against the 2 attendees, but letting it be handled by another fan. Others felt sad for Jin and what he went through, with one Reddit user saying, "Jin put a lot of trust in his fans with the hugs thing. It's sad to see that not everyone was respectful about it." Another one wrote, "Imagine being one of the 1,000 lucky armies, and instead of initiating a high five or something fun, quick hand gesture, they decided to do that. This all now depends on whether Jin wants to press charges or not. But it's genuinely disturbing that someone thought that it was okay to violate his boundaries just because he wanted to see his fans." SM Entertainment and EXO CBX's feud has only turned for the worse. Recently, SM has taken legal action against members Chen, Baekhyun, and Xiumin, insisting that the 3 members must comply with the conditions of their existing agreement with the company. EXO CBX responded by filing a lawsuit of their own. Before that, at a press conference on June 10th, the EXO CBX members accused SM of unfair practices, pointing out that the company demanded 10% of sales but did not honor the promised 5.5 distribution fee. The members then asked SM for clarification and suggested paying usage fees for SM's assets in exchange for the 10% sales cut, but SM allegedly ignored this and instead took legal action. In response, EXO CBX vowed to reveal all details, including last year's negotiations. They also announced plans to sue SM for the settlement amount specified in their contract, aiming to expose all the flaws in the company's settlement government system. Additionally, they intend to file a complaint with the FTC to address the unfair treatment under their exclusive contract. However, netizens noticed that something didn't add up about their statement. As mentioned, the statement said, "We then asked again what SM's position was regarding our statement. Also, we proposed paying usage fees for SM's music and assets in exchange for 10% sales, but they ignored our proposal." Based on this, it appears that the EXO CBX members may not have been paying usage fees to SM as required. A netizen pointed out that their offer to pay usage fees implies that they may have believed that they could use the content for free, despite SM potentially being entitled to both a percentage of sales and usage fees. One commenter also wrote, "They weren't paying usage fees all this time? If they're asking for 10% sales, including the IP usage penalty, SM is really letting things slide for them." It was then confirmed by insiders in the music industry that EXO CBX hasn't paid SM any royalties for intellectual property, including music and assets, for more than half a year. Initially, both sides had agreed that EXO CBX would pay SM 10% of their sales every quarter, which included fees for using SM's intellectual property. However, at a press conference, EXO CBX suggested paying usage fees for SM's assets in exchange for the 10% sales cut, but SM didn't acknowledge the proposal. It seems like regardless of who's at fault, EXO CBX still owes SM the intellectual property usage fees, adding another layer to their ongoing conflict. If this issue isn't resolved, the members might actually lose the rights to their group name and other assets provided by SM. This hasn't helped their case with the public whatsoever, as after this, many netizens more than ever sided with SM. Even some users that sided with EXO CBX at first came to turn against them once this got revealed. But the members explained the situation and why they haven't paid SM the fees. The group made a statement on the intellectual property fees matter, noting that in the agreement from last June, they were given permission to use the intellectual property with no payment details specified. They stressed that they haven't been asked by SM to pay the intellectual property usage fee officially. Despite suggesting payment during a press conference, SM hasn't responded to their proposal. The members also noted that they find it disappointing that SM is resorting to media tactics about non-payment instead of discussing it directly. SM has yet to respond as of June 16th, so stay tuned for more updates because this doesn't look to be the end of it. Now lastly, 50/50 are coming back with an entirely new lineup. Once Attract terminated the contracts with 3 members, Sena, Seo, and Aran, the company announced that they would be changing the lineup of the group and adding new members who would complement Keena. Auditions were held, and on June 13th, the company confirmed that in April they chose 4 new members to join Keena, making 50/50 a 5-member group. However, Attract also explained that more time is needed to make sure that the group's production quality and global marketing strategies are of the highest caliber. Hence, they decided to postpone the group's comeback from June to September. Some were happy to hear the news, especially since Keena had come back and is now continuing her dream of being an idol. Others were mostly sad that we won't hear the voices of the original members in 50/50 songs again, especially Adan's. A commenter said, "I think they just need a group member who can sing Cupid as perfectly as Adan did." Another wrote, "Adan's voice will be nearly impossible to replace." Others are mostly curious whether 50/50 will ever be able to replicate the success of Cupid, or if they will remain one-hit wonders. Seeing the netizens' response to the news and their support of Attract and their CEO, it seems like they will at least check out the group out of curiosity, and if they did a good job making the group, then they will surely find success. Only time will tell, so make sure to check out the group's re-debut in September.